Two left-handers now going for the prize money here. Biggest of it, 18 to the winner, 9,500 to the runner-up. First time today, Joe Salvemini. Okay.
Good start for Salvemini, playing the extreme outside line, and I've always seen as that's an all or nothing shot, especially in a championship round. Either shoot 240 or 50, as Randy said, or you kill yourself. I think Hugh Miller has a good inside line.
The 9 wouldn't go. About 2 weeks ago, we had a left-handed winner in Earl Anthony.
Earl Anthony won the Seniors Doubles Classic in Las Vegas, then traveled on to St. Louis, where he didn't fare so well in the Seniors Tournament there. As you see the ball of Hugh Miller coming in light on the right-hand lane, leaving a simple spare, the 9.
Hugh's overcome some injuries. He sort of wrecked a shoulder and an arm in a sailboat accident with his dad. But he's happy to be in the final. Sorry he's missing a cousin's wedding out on the ranch in Great Falls, Montana. His cousin Richard marrying a lovely bride named Jody.
And all the rest of the family in Great Falls for that occasion. They'd like to see a winner right here in Hugh Miller. Hugh keeping a ball around the pocket, and Hugh, as many of you will recall, his first couple years on championship round was 6 wins, no losses, but he only missed 1 spare in that whole time, and since then he's missed a number of spares. One I can think of, the 1-3-7-9 in Peoria, Illinois, was his downfall in 1986. If he'd happened to start missing spares here, he'd have a lot of trouble with Salvemini.
Hugh defeated Bob Handley 248 to 208. Prior to that, Handley over Dave Arnold 210 to 196, and then in the first game, Bob Handley defeated Mark McDowell 191 to 171.
Salvemini coming in light on the right-hand lane. Has a very simple profile, has an open shoulder, short steps, short approach, using a little bit more ball speed, but has a somewhat of an erratic arm swing. Goes inside out, then outside in. Doesn't quite make it up to the pocket, the 3-5-6. Got to guard against chopping the 3-6 off the 5. You know, I looked, Randy, at that arm swing of Joe Salvemini. It's got to be very tough. It's almost a 2-piece arm swing. He takes it out, then pulls it back in, then takes it back inside out as he comes through the ball. Very tough under pressure. What do you think? Well,
you know, I think you have a good point there. He has a little bit of movement to his swing, but I think the most important thing is the way he gets it to the bottom of the swing.
And that is the key point. The pivot step at the bottom of the swing has to be inside out.
Joe, who wastes very little time, just as quickly comes back to the settee, and out of his chair in a hurry is Hugh Miller.
The action of the 3-pin, the 3rd pin on the right-hand part of your screen, chopping out the 6. That's the 3rd frame strike of Salvemini. Now Miller up in the 3rd. I asked Hugh Miller what he felt his biggest improvement was over the years. He says, I'm a lot smarter and I'm a lot more consistent. And this is the first year, Chris, that he's really bowled most of the tournaments. He's usually about 19, 20, 21 tournaments. He's going almost 35 tournaments this year, and that really does make a difference. It keeps you tournament tough.
Very good temperament for any type of competition. This man, this 33-year-old left-hander from Seattle, amazing bow. Remember, with his 4 tournament wins, he was 6-0 on television, and his first loss on television not until '86, and now on TV 4-9.
All the downfall of missing spares. He was no misses in those 6 victories. He's been missing some spares lately, and it's cost him some losses. Randy Peterson, we call that back in St. Louis a DOA, Billy Idol, dead on arrival. What do you have to say about that?
That's not good. That's not good, Bo.
It's a shame.
He has to get that ball to the right of the 5-pin and slide it over in the 7. A little bit embarrassing and a tough shot for Hugh Miller.
Okay, so it's an open frame for Hugh Miller here in our championship game, and he is trailing by 16. Salvemini. He is the tournament leader. He has won 3 times, 2 of them from the top seed where he is today.
Boy, and that was a time to really go for the throat. Salvemini with a 16-pin lead, strike up could extend it to 26 over a frustrated Hugh Miller. As you see the parents of Joe Salvemini rooting their son on to victory, hopefully. But he has to convert this 2-7 baby split to maintain his 16-pin lead.
Mary and Ralph Salvemini. Cousins here, aunts here, sister here. All out by Joe, who grew up in the San Francisco area but bowls out of Oklahoma City now.
Joe Salvemini, a good all-around athlete in the San Francisco area, went to Novato High School where he played football, baseball, and played on the golf team. Just sliding between the 2 and 7, but that lonely 2-pin still standing opens the door for Hugh Miller to get right in the match. Just a 4-pin difference in favor of Salvemini.
(3-9).
I think, Chris, we're seeing the same thing happen on the left sideline that we saw happen in the McDowell, Hanley, Arnold matches earlier. The heat in this building and the outside is allowing that oil to carry down. Now it's carrying down the left side. We don't see the ball breaking sharply to the pocket, and players are beginning to struggle. Need to do something about that. It's too tough a scoring environment.
How can we correct that, or how can they correct that?
Well, as you see Salvemini sliding by the 3-9 spare, opening the door for Hugh Miller, you can correct it by dealing with it in the lane maintenance department. That's the PBA Commissioner Joe Antinora's and Lenny Nicholson, the lane maintenance director's job.
And I'm sure they'll address the situation.
All right, Randy Peterson, last time Hugh Miller was up on his left-hand lane, left an embarrassing 5-7 split. What went wrong there, and what does he do now?
Well, I think that Huey probably just dead lost that ball right off his hand. It's been hot here all week. I know my hand was sweating all week. He's just got to make sure that he doesn't lose this ball at the bottom of the swing.
It can make a 17-pin lead with a strike.
You can't believe it.
Well, he doesn't expect the same thing. That oil carry down, once again, as we say, it carries down maybe, let's say, 6 inches every shot going towards the pocket after you bowl.